So I'm not even going to talk. We're going to talk about the show as a whole. That being the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase. We'll talk about it as a whole. But before we do that, we've got to address the elephant in the room. That being the coalition completely going rogue and not even making an appearance at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. Expectation was we were going to get something at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, and I would have made a bet that we were at least going to get something from the coalition, whether it was a Gears of War collection, whether it was Gear 6, we were going to get something. Now, we got nothing. Absolutely nothing. They totally ghosted us, guys. And I mean, to me, it's, it's almost borderline inexcusable. Now, that being said, before I totally just completely bash the coalition for this, we got to put this into context. So I think what's very, very important is a tweet that came out. This was from Gears Esports. Today, Coalition Gears is announcing this will be the final season of Gears Esports. Now, we're going to break this down, because this announcement of what happened with Gears Esports is maybe why they weren't and did not make an appearance at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. Here we go. Let's talk about the program update. After 2.5 years of near constant Gears 5 action, today the Coalition is announcing that this will be the final season of Gears Esports as we shift our focus to future projects. Okay. This marks the culmination of several years of Gears Esports competition across multiple titles, with thousands of players competing in hundreds of events across the world. While the global pandemic cut short our plans for live events, we're proud that through the support of our community and partners, we've been able to successfully continue the program throughout the last 2 years. So, obviously, we know Gears Esports is going to be ending here, in the, foreseeable future. Now, that being said, here's the big part. As we announced last year, the Coalition is working hard on the future of Gears, but we won't be talking about that anytime soon. Make sure to stay connected with Gears War on Twitter for future announcements. So, that's the line right there that we need to talk about. Because as we announced last year, the Coalition is working hard on the future of Gears, but we won't be talking about that anytime soon. So this was brought out, guys, March 15th of this year. So my only guess to why they ghosted us and did not make an appearance at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase is because they don't have anything to talk about right now or anytime soon. When they say anytime soon, now we've got to really push the timeline here, because my timeline was this. My timeline was this year we would get the Gears of War collection, and that was going to be the bridge between Gears 5 to Gears 6. So it was going to be kind of like that bridge to get us to Gears 6. So I thought that the Gears of War collection, with everything that we were hearing about, was going to come out this year here in 2022. Obviously, we did not get that. And this now pushes the timeline of events of what could be coming. And this brings us to what a lot of people are talking about. Jez Corden mentioned that he didn't even think that the Gears of War collection even exists. Now, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm going to get to that here in a moment, but the fact of the matter that the Coalition didn't address the rumors and the rumblings of the Gears of War collection, at the very least, is totally on them. They should have at least given us something. So, obviously, Gears 5 is now pretty much not being supported because the Coalition's working on future projects. So, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, this lays out the timeline further than I expected, further than probably any of us expected. Now it looks like if we get a Gears of War collection, it probably won't be announced until next year. So, I mean, if we go back to, this Gears Esports program update where they're saying that the Coalition's working hard on the future of Gears, but they're not going to be talking about it anytime soon. That came out, obviously, March of this year. That tells me that, Okay, they had nothing to show at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I feel like they should have still made an appearance. They did not. And like it's definitely unfortunate. They should have at least made an appearance, especially with like when they're like dropping the esports program and all this stuff. They should have at least made an appearance saying, hey guys, we're like, here's a quick sneak peek as to what we're working on. But I will say this, I feel like this leads us to what I think what's probably going to happen. Next moves forward is the Gears of War collection. If it's going to come now, I'm thinking it's probably going to be something that gets announced next year. I don't think it's going to get announced this year. I felt like this was the perfect stage to show what was coming. They showed us exactly what's coming out for 2022 and even into the, portions of 2023. So the Gears of War collection, I think now is being pushed to 2023, if it's coming at all. And Gears 6 is probably now going to be coming, what I thought was going to be 2024, 2025. It's probably going to be 2025 for sure. They're going to want to really ramp up like the excitement and buzz for Gears 6. And I feel like that's something that they're going to do. They're going to want to have plenty of time to market it, kind of like you can see with like Starfield and such. Maybe they'll announce Gear 6 next year and then it comes out in 2024, but I'm going to place it on 2025. So let's see. So obviously, guys, the Xbox Game Showcase, I don't know, Zed, if it's being extended to June 14th. Designer, I'll tell you, like Gears 5, they definitely abandoned Gears 5. I mean, I feel without question they should be. I think, especially if they're not going to make an appearance at something like the Xbox Game Showcase, they should still be supporting Gears 5 until we get an announcement of like Gears War Collection or Gears 6. And then I can understand them like moving on to those other projects. But they're leaving Gears 5. They're leaving the Gears esports scene, at least for now. And it's a real unfortunate thing because now we're really all in the dark. At the very least, I feel what should have happened should have been, they at least, even if it was on Twitter, they should have acknowledged whether or not the Gears of War collection is coming. Now, unless they're going to announce it this year, I mean, it's, like I said, I mean, it kind of puts, the coalition in a tough spot at the same time because these rumors are going out that they're working on the Gears of War collection, and they may not be, but totally ghosting us is really, definitely is tough. Now, Witsy says, still doesn't mean we're not getting it. The Gears of War Ultimate Edition never got a trailer. So, look, I mean, I agree that we may very well still get this Gears of War collection. I just think maybe, guys, the timeline has to be pushed forward. We have to. We've got to look at it from the perspective. We still got to be positive. There's what I will say is, as just a video game lover, obviously my YouTube channel is, I've dedicated my YouTube channel to Gears of War, right, into Gears of War content. But that doesn't mean that, I'm still going to play other games. Obviously I've brought back my team that I started a number of years ago, Major Militia. We are now creating, we're going to be starting to create Gears of War content, but we're also going to be creating content around other games. And I think that for Xbox, Zed, I know you mentioned earlier that Xbox is dead. I actually think I disagree with that. Even though, Gears of War is something that, is definitely my favorite game and I wanted to see it continue. Xbox is really making a push to so there's so many more games coming to Xbox Game Pass, which gives you so many more reasons to get Xbox Game Pass. And yes, Gears is put on the back burner for now. I think that we can rest assured, though, knowing that they're working on it. It's really annoying and frustrating. I get it that they're not just giving us a teaser, not showing us what's going on. And I think that's the biggest frustration that we as the Gears community have right now, that they're not communicating with us. We know that if you just go on their Twitter account, I mean, they are, without question, they are hiring people left and right, it seems, over at the Coalition. Let's just go over this again. I mean, look at this. So the Coalition just a couple of days ago, interested in environment art. Senior environment artist is what they're looking for, and they would love to check out your portfolio. But what you're going to see with each of these guys, and we mentioned this earlier in the show, that they're showing us join our squad, and it's showing Marcus, JD, and Kate. Okay, on every one of these. So they could easily just have a graphic that says senior environment artist, join our squad, and have like the Coalition's logo. But no, they're showing this is specific, very specific for Gears of War. Content producer. I mean, they're looking for, from art to design, engineering, production, all these different things. They're ramping up production. Now, whether it's the Gears of War collection, whether it's Gears 6, whatever it is, the Coalition is working on it. And, it's not just called at Coalition Gears, just for the sake of it. No, these guys, they're working on other projects. Okay, there's no doubt about it. They're working on their own new IP altogether. We know this. They're rumored that they are also working on a title, that being Perfect Dark, the reboot. That's a rumor. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but part of the Coalition's working on that. And then the other rumor is the Gears of War collection, Gears 6. So look, I'm just as upset as everyone else, without question, that we got nothing. Okay? But I do believe, guys, that we have not seen the end of Gears. The end of Gears is, look, as long as we are voicing our opinion, we are echoing the things that we want into existence, the things that we want will happen. It does take time though, guys. And even though I'm not gonna give the Coalition a pass for not being at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. That's not happening, because they should have made an appearance. Like, even if it was, hey guys, whether it was one of the designers at the Coalition, this could have been a perfect way for them to have come out on there. Hey guys, listen, I'm whomever with the Coalition, and I know you're excited to see what we're working on. And I promise we're working on a number of different titles. We'll have more to show you in 2023, but here's a little teaser of a couple of things we're working on. Boom. Like a 30-second little montage or something of that nature of a couple of things that they're working on, whether you're talking Perfect Dark, whether you're talking the Gears of War collection, the new IP from the Coalition, or Gears 6. They could have done something like that, and they didn't, right? So obviously it is frustrating. It is very frustrating, but I will promise you guys this. I'm not stopping the Gears of War content on the YouTube channel. We're going to continue creating Gears of War content every single day on the YouTube channel. You guys can check that out, guys. New Gears content every single day. We are going to make this happen, the things that we want to have happen, whether we're talking Gears 6, which is of course what I want the most, but a Gears of War collection is definitely something that I want, and I know a lot of you out there also want. Now, Witsy says, if you search Gears of War on the Xbox store, there's 5 blank spots to be filled. Also, if you search Marcus Phoenix, there is 1 blank spot with no game cover. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's something I'll have to look into that. I didn't know that was something, but if that is true, you've got to wonder what that would be, because most likely what that would mean would probably be, the Gears of War collection. Like, let's just say Gears 1, 2, 3, Gears of War's, Gears Judgment. That would be 4 blank spots if those are all 4 getting remastered. And then Gears 6, maybe something like that. Or Gears Tactics 2, Gears Pop. Well, Gears Pop is on on phone, iOS and Android. But it's hard to say, that it's interesting that you would have 5 spots like that. I'll have to look into that some more. But even though, like I said, I'm upset about it, I wish we would have got some kind of acknowledgement whether or not the Gears of War collection was coming or not. I would have liked it if there would have been that kind of vibe. We're going to have to wait a while longer, guys. But what I will say is that, sometimes all the good things in life sometimes are worth fighting for, worth waiting for. And even though it was, we didn't get it, I will continue creating content around it. And I'm sure that there's going to be other guys and girls in the Gears community that will continue it as well. So here's what I'm going to say. The call to action, guys, is this. If you create content on YouTube and you love Gears of War, you should be creating content on YouTube. If you don't create content and you don't stream, you should be supporting your favorite content creators and your favorite streamers without question, because that is going to help boost the numbers for Gears of War, especially when we're pretty close to all-time lows with Gears of War from just the narrative perspective of Gears of War and where we're at. The Gears esports scene's done. Gears 5 isn't going to be, supported anymore. A lot of things that are all-time lows with Gears, we as a community have got to push this thing forward. So that's my 2 cents on that. That being said, the Gears content is going to continue, guys. You guys can check out Major Militia, which is my team. We're going to be creating Gears of War content, as well as a lot of other game content as well, having podcasts and shows and things of that nature, similar to what I do with the Gears cast and on my YouTube channel on Zero TV.